What if a modern tank fought the Roman Empire? 70 tons of steel, a gun that fires faster than sound, armor that can survive rockets. Imagine it, not on a modern battlefield, but rolling toward the ancient city of Rome. The roar of its engine echoes down the Appian Way. Legionaries look up from their shields to see a shape they cannot understand. The most powerful army of the ancient world is about to face a weapon from the future. Rome, the 3rd century after Christ. The empire stretches across continents. Its legions are disciplined, its generals are ruthless, its engineers build walls and roads that last for centuries. And then from nowhere, a shape appears, a machine of metal, fire, and smoke. A modern M1A2 Abrams main battle tank. 4 men inside, 500 gallons of fuel, 40 rounds of ammunition, no reinforcements, no supply chain, no radio contact. One machine alone against the empire. The Abrams is the peak of modern armored warfare. It weighs more than 30 war elephants. Its main cannon can destroy a target 2 kilometers away. It carries machine guns that can cut through armor, shields, and bodies alike. Its armor is layered with steel, ceramics, and uranium. To the Romans, it would seem immortal. Their arrows and spears would shatter against it. Their catapults and ballistic could do nothing. The engine beneath its hull produces 1,500 horsepower, enough to move this metal beast faster than any chariot ever built. It can climb slopes, spin in place, crush stone walls, and grind men and horses beneath its treads. To the Romans, it would look alive, a god of war made real, a monster from the sky. Rome has its own strength. By the time of Emperor Aurelian, the city is surrounded by massive walls, 12 miles long, 20 feet high, 11 feet thick, towers spaced every 100 feet, gates of iron and oak. They were made to resist fire, siege engines, and armies. But not a tank. One shot from the Abrams main gun would splinter the gate. 2 shots would open the way. Timber and stone would explode into dust. A single tank could do what no barbarian horde had done: breach the walls of the eternal city. Inside the city, panic spreads. Horns sound, men rush to defend the gates. Commanders shout orders, the legions form ranks. They prepare for a siege. But the enemy is already inside. The Abrams rolls forward, treads crushing the cobblestones. The commander peers through digital optics, heat signatures glow through the smoke. Dozens, hundreds of men in formation, shields raised, spears ready. The 50 caliber gun opens fire. The sound is thunder. 500 rounds a minute. The first line of legionaries disappears. Shields splinter, armor tears, the rest scatter. There is no cover, no defense, no escape. Within minutes, the plaza is silent except for the echo of gunfire. To the Romans, this is not war. It is the end of the world. But the crew inside knows their power is not endless. Fuel burns quickly, ammunition runs low. They are surrounded by a city with millions of enemies, and every hour their advantage fades. Rome adapts. It always has. The Romans watch the beast and begin to understand its limits. They see smoke rising from the engine vents. They hear the rhythm of the turbine. They smell the heat. They realize it breathes air. They realize it can be blinded. They realize it can be trapped. Tar and oil are brought to the walls. Catapults are loaded with fire jars of pitch are thrown from rooftops. Smoke fills the narrow streets. The air thickens. The engine struggles. Filters clog. The turbine screams as it loses oxygen. The tank slows. The streets close in. Abrams is strong in open battle, but Rome is a maze. Narrow streets, tight corners, walls that lean close. The tank tries to turn, but the way is too small. Bricks collapse into the path, debris jams the tracks. The machine groans as its movement stalls. Of it, Roman engineers fire ballista bolts, not to pierce, but to damage sights, antennas, and sensors. Stones crash onto the hull, ropes and nets are thrown to block the view, sand poured into vents, smoke rising higher. The crew inside coughs as filters fail, screens flicker, the monster begins to suffocate. The Romans surround it, shields raised. They cannot harm the armor, but they can cut off its air. The engine sputters, the gun falls silent. Hours pass, the fuel dries, the turbine dies. The Abrams is still. The sound of its engine fades into the smoke and darkness. What was once a god now sits like a statue. Hatches open. The crew emerges blinking into the sunlight, exhausted. The Romans lower their weapons. They see not gods, but men. The machine is theirs, but they cannot move it, cannot fuel it, cannot repair it. It becomes legend. Smiths and scholars study its surface. They touch the cold metal, the tracks, the cannon. They whisper of divine power. They try to open it. They try to copy it. They fail. Centuries later, the machine is buried beneath the city, forgotten, until the myth of the Iron God becomes part of Roman lore. So what would truly happen if a modern tank fought the Roman Empire? It would win it first. It would crush walls and armies in minutes. It would create terror on a scale no Roman had ever imagined. But a machine without supply, without fuel, without support, cannot rule an empire. And Rome was built on endurance, on men and discipline and adaptation. The tank might win a battle, but Rome would win the war of time. Its people would study it, remember it, and survive it. One machine could change a day of history, but not the course of civilization. Technology can shape the world, but only people can decide how it is remembered. A tank could rewrite one day of Rome, but not its destiny. Because the empire endures, even against the impossible. But imagine the reverse. What if a Roman legion found itself in the modern world? Would it adapt to our machines, or would our world fall to theirs? That is a story for another time.